Welcome again to some more 0K action. It's going to be a team game on the Moon Q20X map, and yeah, it should be interesting to watch. Okay, there we go. So I got various teams here. Myself, Lightsman, are going to be on the right, various people on the left. Skip the pre-game chatter. Oops, there we go. Perfect. So as you can see, it's a pretty big map. Basically, wind gen is not really going to be particularly effective, bizarrely enough. Although there still is wind, despite the fact they're on some sort of a moon, presumably without an atmosphere. But, now there you go. So yeah, myself, Lightman, going to be going as air. My counterpart is going to be Specialon, going with air as well. Also got Kingstad with jump jets, Spiders with Firepluck, Noob Cluster with glaives from the Cloakybot factory. So what's Firepluck going to have up his sleeve? That's the question. Well, we'll see what happens. Apparently I started off with 2 comms, but nope, I think the second one must have gone over to Lynx. And he's actually got it stuck on the terrain there, as you can see. Nicely done, Lynx, nicely done. So he's just going to have to jump out of there eventually, so he's just going to be expanding, yeah. So he's going to have spiders, and looks like Dark GF is going to have spiders as well as Cloakies by Flaccid. Interesting name, Flaccid. Same time, a plane's going to get shot down, while Specialon's plane is going to get the hell out of Nya. So good for him, I suppose. And yeah, basically we just have Noob Cluster going with crap loads of glaives, so nothing too surprising. I'm just going to be getting a good old glaive versus glaive combat happening there. In fact, Flaccid is going to want to be a little bit careful actually. He's pursuing, and he's going to be suffering a bit as a result, but he does actually manage to get out of there, and he's also got the guys in a bit of a horrible formation as well. In fact, I dare say it was almost like as if Noob Cluster was actually crossing the T, as it were. I think that's what it was called when it comes to sailing ships. But anyway, except with glaives. And not only that, but apparently it looks like Specialon has actually got crap loads of these really annoying swifts, and as myself, well, I've only got 1 swift and 1 single hawk, which is not really enough to contend with these guys, but we'll see what happens. I mean, his guys do seem to be somewhat spread out, but yeah, he's just going to retreat pretty damn easily. And at the same time, we don't even have any fucking radar. Oh, actually, no, we do. What do you know? Well, there you go. Actually do have some radar, so we should have seen, hopefully, we should have seen Noob Cluster's glaives going in that direction, but at the same time we're going to be getting another attack by Firepluck, I believe. He's one of the spiders, yep. By Firepluck, and yeah, he's just going to be a pain in the ass with his venoms. But then again, Flaccid should not have grouped up his fucking glaives like that, but well, I suppose they're slowly taking out Firepluck's forces, but really, he's sending in raiders against their direct fucking counter. I'm not really sure what the hell he's doing, to be honest. It's Flaccid. But I suppose he does manage to drive back the forces of Firepluck, but yeah, it's not going to work out too well, to say the least. And not only that, we also got Noob Cluster's forces coming in from the northeast, so sweeping down, taking out the LLT. Could have really just ignored that, really, gone for the mechs and then for something else. But what the hell, he's actually going to try to snipe the commander, and he might actually be able to do it. Maybe? Oh no, never mind. The Venom coming in just in the nick of time. Yeah, this guy with next to no health, and yeah, the Venom basically going to be saving the day for Lynx's commander. But yeah, that was a pretty severe attack. At the very least, we do have all the glaives in our territory for reclaim, and at the very least, we do have our own glaives in our territory for reclaim. I suppose it's something. Pretty sure that Firepluck basically managed to get away scot-free without losing a single spider. But, oh well, those are the breaks. And again, Noob Cluster is going to be coming in with his glaives. And again, at the very least, Flaccid does have a few of his own glaives to intercept, but nowhere near enough. Although if he can get him into the right position, actually, he could do the reverse micro and do some damage against them as they retreat, but he doesn't even have enough glaives to really do that, in my opinion. He does manage to make a bit of an even trade despite the disparity in numbers by doing that reverse micro, but really, he probably could do with a warrior or 2, or maybe even just put down a Stardust even, maybe just put one on a bit of an elevated platform around here, just so that, you know, Noob Cluster can't just run past of his glaives so freely. But not going to have that happening just yet. In fact, Flats is going to be pursuing just a bit when it should be actually be retreating. And yeah, we actually got our own spiders coming in to try to counteract the forces by Thingamajiggy, by Firepluck, but it's nowhere near enough. And my planes coming in as well, which are... Sorry, my planes coming in as well, which are basically nowhere near enough either, actually. So basically, yeah, Spezialon basically having the air superiority pretty much from the beginning of the game, even, actually. I'm not entirely sure how. The only thing I can think of is, yeah, the fact that he has managed to... okay, he has taken out a few more of my planes than I have of his, and I think his team... Yep, his team definitely does... His team definitely does have a bit of an economic advantage as well. So I suppose if you add that all up, then that basically amounts to him getting more and more of an advantage over time. And not only that, actually, I'm actually going, or rather I was going for bombers. I think I only got one out, well, two out actually. And actually they probably could just go over here to destroy a mechs. They just have to watch out for all these air sub fighters, to say the least. But yeah. Oh man. Oh, indeed. So you can probably tell how this game is going to go. I suppose if there's one good thing that can be said is it's the fact that the opponents do not have such a massive metal advantage, but they do have a massive army advantage. So especially with quite a bit of they're going to these air sub fighters. The air pretty much belongs to them. We don't even have any dedicated ground anti-air, unlike our opponents actually going to be getting a chainsaw and maybe a razor at some point as well. So I'm going to be covering quite a bit of terrain, to say the least. And they've got air superiority as well, so they've pretty much got their air under control. And as far as, well, we do have a few defenders. We've got a nice little defender spam, but these guys are all in a line, which means they're going to be pretty vulnerable to an enfilade attack. And yeah, same from this angle as well, and they can just be avoided as well, actually. So something to keep in mind. At the very least, we are stopping them from getting too far into our base. But at the same time, I mean, this flank is kind of vulnerable. I'm just adding points there. Oh yeah, we're going to have massive glaive spam going to be coming in as well. Oh, no, never mind. Actually, it was a Stardust being built up by... It says no name, but I'm pretty sure it was most likely Flaccid that was building it up. And a little bit too late there, old sport. Just a little bit too late, unfortunately. Should have done that way earlier, knowing that our flank was wide open. And yeah, now these guys are going to stream in, destroy our economy, and yeah, Team 1's economic advantage is just going to get way bigger, as you can see. So chainsaw's done, and where is the other thing? Oh, there it is. The razor's going to be done as well, actually. Incoming! So yes, what are we going to do to counteract that? Well, we're going to be building a fusion reactor in their path, in the hope that they're, I don't know, going to cluster around it and destroy themselves when they blow up the fusion reactor. Maybe not the most effective of defenses, but there you go. And at the same time, I do have a solar collector in front of a Lotus, and a couple of defenders as support, which is not really going to be enough. At the very least, I do have a couple of Phoenixes being built up, but yeah, there's just loads of glaives, to say the least. And apparently there's a com here. Oh yeah, that's right, yes, a com right here. And really, what the hell am I supposed to hit it with? I've only got 2 bombers, for fuck's sake, and he's got air superiority. Actually, no, wait, they might be challenged a bit. But he's also got anti-air ground as well. So at the very least, I do manage to bomb him out, but yeah. It's just not enough, unfortunately, and yeah, my plane plants are just going to get blown up, to say the least. Lol indeed. So yeah, let's just have a look actually at how this air battle is going to happen. It's going to turn into my opponent's favour. I think he actually had slightly more planes than me, and not only that, he had the chainsaw backing them up as well. So yeah, my entire air force is completely destroyed except for a single bomber. I'm down to a single commander. Our economy is destroyed. We've got a territory disadvantage. We're cooked, I think, is a pretty good summary of our situation. Where is our air? That's a good question. Where is it indeed? Shot down. Sorry. Well, I tried. I mean, really, I was going up against... Well, I'll admit that Spezialon, he did appear to do a better job with his planes than I did, and quite a bit of it also came down to the fact that he tried to fight, you know, near ground-based anti-air as much as possible, and well, he just basically did a slightly better job keeping his stuff alive, and well, as you can see, they basically added up to bigger and bigger advantages over time, and yeah, well, basically led to this. My factory getting torn to pieces also wouldn't have helped either, to say the least. No, EMP. Well, actually, it's not really EMP, it's disarm. These guys are disarmed and not EMP'd. Not that it really matters too much. They're going to die anyway. Yes, we were screed some time ago. Oh well, at least it's going to be a fabulous last stand. But yeah, opponents... They also had the military advantage pretty much the entire game as well. I mean, them... Well, tearing through forces in the north as well as tearing through our economy really just... Not to mention having the territory advantage pretty much the entire time as well really screwed us over, to say the least. And yeah, there, yes, thanks for that. Oh man. But oh well, still an interesting game to say the least. It's not over yet, but you can probably guess what's going to happen. In fact, it looks like Firepluck is actually gone for heavy tanks. Why not, I guess. Going to be getting a Goliath up because why not? Heavy tanks on a bit of a hilly map like this one. Or cratered map, should I say. Interesting way of doing things, I suppose, but there you go. And yep, there comes the resignation, and yep, typing fast, whatever. Yep, down we go. That's all she wrote, basically. So, still a hell of a game, to say the least. The enemy team were just simply better, really. I mean, there's... Like, obviously I can expand on that a bit. I mean, they had better control of their forces, they did far more economic damage, they expanded more, they had ground-based anti-air, unlike us, they had air superiority. I mean, really, they pretty much ticked off all the boxes, really, while we ticked off pretty much nothing. So, there you have it. I shall see you all next time.